After I got pregnant, my husband became obsessed with his young, sexy secretary. On New Year's Eve, my husband was welcoming the new year with his secretary, who was wearing sexy lingerie in a private room. When I caught them, the secretary lifted her snow-white neck, covered in circles of bright red kiss marks. Rachel, don't misunderstand. The new year is coming. I'm just helping your husband get rid of bad luck and welcome good fortune. My husband, whose sex life had been interrupted, complained. You can't satisfy me since you got pregnant. I'm a normal man. I need to release my physical needs. Kelly is just kindly helping out. 7 months pregnant, I was so upset that my water broke. But the secretary said I deliberately wet myself to embarrass my husband. My husband, disgusted by me, locked me in the bathroom. After he and his little secretary spent 3 days and nights together, he decided to end my punishment. But when he saw my deflated belly, he lost his mind. On New Year's Eve, my husband Simon and a group of his buddies had plans to celebrate together. I stayed home because of my pregnancy. As night fell, I received a message from Simon with an address attached. Honey, I have a surprise for you. With my 7-month belly, I hurried to the club to meet him. My excitement was doused like cold water over flames. The private room was hazy with smoke, a scene of drunken luxury. Simon's little secretary Kelly had dazed eyes and flushed ears. She sat on Simon's lap, looking both innocent and seductive. Simon's right hand, veins bulging, gripped the woman's waist tightly. Kelly had stripped down to just her sexy lingerie. That lingerie was custom-made by Simon for me on our wedding day. One of a kind. On our wedding night, I wore it, and Simon possessed me fiercely. But now Simon had secretly taken it out to seek thrills. Kelly's exposed slender white waist stung my eyes. Daddy, be gentle with me. Slow down. You duplicitous little vixen, begging me 5 times a day and still playing innocent. They kissed and embraced passionately, oblivious to others. The people around them seemed unfazed. I realized who had really sent that text message. Simon's group of buddies each had their arms around a young girl, watching this scene with amusement. Carl teased, Kelly, that New Year's outfit is so hot. No wonder Simon was willing to leave Rachel behind on New Year's Eve to come here. Simon pulled Kelly's waist forcefully, exhaled, and smiled with a smirk. Some positions Rachel won't try. So I find someone who will to release my urges. I know my priorities. Besides, Rachel's gotten fat as a pig since she got pregnant, sloppy all the time. Makes me sick just looking at her. How could she compare to Kelly's sultry charm? Kelly's little hand drew circles on Simon's chest as she pouted coquettishly. You're terrible, treating me like that. I'm Daddy's good girl. Yes, yes, yes. Happy New Year to my good girl. Simon pulled out an expensive diamond necklace from his pocket and tucked it into Kelly's cleavage. The girl in his arms giggled continuously. Someone joked, Simon's going too far. Aren't you afraid your wife will find out and divorce you? Simon didn't care. So, what if she finds out? She loves me so much, and she's carrying my child. Where could she go? Then came their indecent flirting sounds. Damn. My stomach cramped, and I felt waves of nausea. My face pale. I pushed the door open. My arrival broke the room's cheerful atmosphere. Simon quickly grabbed the coat from the sofa and draped it over Kelly. I found it ironic. I clenched my fists in anger. What? She dares to ride on top of you in public, but you're worried about her exposed shoulders? Watch your mouth. The girl's sensitive. Kelly, protected by him, looked at me provocatively. Rachel, as a secretary, I'm just helping Mr. Simon. You should understand. Everyone tried to smooth things over, giving Simon a way out. Rachel, we were playing truth or dare. Everyone got drunk and things got out of hand. We'll drink 3 cups to apologize to you. Just forgive Simon. I didn't respond. Simon's face darkened, his tone slightly reproachful. Why did you come? Didn't I tell you to stay home and rest? My heart felt like it was being pierced by hundreds of needles. I couldn't believe the man who had once excitedly helped me set up the nursery was now protecting another woman and speaking harshly to me. Tears slid down my cheeks. I pressed my lips together hard before speaking. Simon, you said it yourself. Those who betray deserve to die. Simon's face turned ugly. Rachel, show some respect. Kelly and I just fool around a bit. You've gotten fat as a pig since you got pregnant. I've been forcing myself to sleep next to you in disgust. I've been good enough to you. Besides, everyone in our circle has mistresses. At least I'm planning to come back to the family after you give birth. I touched my belly, feeling sad and angry. After getting pregnant, I inevitably gained weight and swelled up. My legs swelled like carrots. Leg cramps at midnight, tormented by morning sickness, unable to sleep night after night. My once fair and delicate skin gradually became rough and sallow. Simon went from being concerned at first to impatient, working overtime at the company every day, especially when he saw the ugly stretch marks on my belly. Though his face showed nothing, his eyes held disgust. For the child's sake, I pretended not to see his changes. I kept thinking, things will get better after the baby is born. But how could he use my suffering while I was carrying his child as capital to belittle me? I shouldn't settle for a terrible man just for the child's sake. Simon, let's get divorced. Simon's haughty expression froze instantly. His tone was unquestionable. You're carrying my child. Where could you go if we divorce? As long as you two get along peacefully, you'll always be my wife. Seeing my devastated expression, Simon softened his tone. Just be good and obedient. I promise the only children of the Brandy family will come from your belly. Kelly twisted her waist, dissatisfied. Simon, don't make Rachel angry because of me. She's carrying your child. Simon pinched Kelly's slender waist. Every woman gives birth. Only she's so dramatic. Watching the shameless couple flirting in front of me, I couldn't suppress the convulsions and nausea. Ugh, ugh. The contents of my stomach came up. Kelly and Simon, closest to me, bore the brunt. Especially Kelly. The coat she was wearing was covered in the sour-smelling vomit. She looked pathetic. Her eyes turned red as she threw off the coat and cursed. Bitch, did you do that on purpose? I was furious and slapped her across the face. Who are you calling a bitch? She flew into a rage and pushed me hard. Simon, you have to stand up for me. The clothes you gave me are ruined. A server brought hot towels to clean up the mess. Simon warned me. Rachel, that's enough. The push threw me off balance. My heavy body fell hard to the floor. With my bulky figure, my struggling attempts to get up looked ridiculous. It made everyone present laugh and joke. Doesn't Rachel trying to get up look like a turtle? A fat turtle! Ha ha ha! My eyes stung. Before I could feel the humiliation, my belly started cramping painfully. A warm flow gushed from below. I looked down. The carpet beneath me was soaked through a large area. Oh no! I instinctively called to Simon for help. Honey, take me to the hospital quickly. My water broke. Simon sobered up considerably. He stood up in panic, his eyes flashing with pity and regret. Honey, don't be scared. I'll take you to the hospital right now. Kelly's sarcastic exclamation rang in my ears. I really envy Rachel. No matter what lies you tell, Simon believes you unconditionally. Simon shook off Kelly's delicate hand wrapped around his waist, his voice cold as ice. Get lost. If anything happens to my wife, you'll answer for it. Kelly, pushed away, lay weakly on the sofa. Unwilling to give up, she kept rubbing Simon's calf with her red-stockinged foot. Simon, can't you see? Rachel just got too excited and wet herself. She's only 7 months pregnant. The due date hasn't arrived yet. How could her water break? His buddies shook their heads beside him, their tones disgusted. I heard pregnant women often lose control of their bladder and bowels. Turns out it's true. Can't even control her own urine. No wonder Simon's looking for a mistress. Simon's movement to pick me up stopped. He let out a breath. What followed was anger and disgust of being played. He grabbed a nearby pillow and threw it at me. Disgusting. Are you willing to use any lowly trick to compete for my attention? It's not that. I'm really about to give birth. My stomach hurts so much. He watched me wailing on the floor with cold eyes, his tone sarcastic. Good acting. If Kelly hadn't enlightened me, you would have fooled me. Kelly's eyes were full of triumph as she threw herself into Simon's arms, acting cute. I'm your smartest little secretary. My voice trembled with pain. Save me the baby, save the baby. Please, someone call an ambulance. Carl sneered. Rachel really goes all out, pissing herself everywhere and still wants to waste medical resources. Kelly added fuel to the fire. If outsiders find out Rachel wet herself in public, what about Simon's reputation? Rachel, you're so inconsiderate. The cigarette smoke in the room made me dizzy. My heart felt cold. I couldn't count on anyone. Ignoring the pain from my belly, I gritted my teeth and crawled toward my purse nearby. My phone was inside. I could save myself. Laughter filled my ears as they kept mocking me. Simon, Rachel's acting is Oscar-worthy. Simon, why don't you humor Rachel? If she keeps pissing, we won't be able to enjoy ourselves. I was drenched in sweat from the pain, my hair at my temples soaked. Ignoring these scumbags' mockery, I reached my phone in the bag. The moment my trembling fingers pressed the dial button, Simon stepped on my hand and kicked the phone away. Enough. Are you sick? Making EMTs work on New Year's Eve. The pain made me unable to straighten up. I curled up on the floor. I'm really going into labor. The baby's only 7 months. It's dangerous. This is your child, too. Let me go to the hospital. An abnormal pain came from my belly. I wasn't sure if I had compressed the baby when I fell earlier. For the sake of the baby in my belly, I put aside my dignity and grabbed his pant leg, begging humbly. Give me my phone. I'll call the ambulance myself. Please. This is your child. Simon kicked me away, looking with disgust at the carpet soaked with amniotic fluid. I was in so much pain, I had no strength left, lying on the floor like a dying dog. Simon crouched down, gripping my neck, his voice even colder. Stop acting. Getting addicted to the performance? If I don't teach you a lesson today, you'll walk all over me tomorrow. Lock her in the bathroom. Get 2 servers to clean up the urine stains on the carpet. It's disgusting to look at. 2 lower status lackeys grabbed my arms and dragged me into one of the bathrooms in the private room. I called out loudly to everyone present for help. Call 911. Please, someone help me call 911. One of the escort girls looked worried and spoke up softly. Mr. Simon, she really looks uncomfortable. Maybe let it go. She's pregnant after all. Carl grabbed the girl's hair and slapped her. What are you? Your turn to question my buddy's decision. The girl didn't dare speak again, forcing a smile on her stiff face. Several more experienced escort girls laughed. Sweetheart, you're still young. These are just tactics wives use to control their men. I bet if Mr. Simon took her home, she'd be jumping around immediately. Kelly was extremely pleased, pretending to advise me. Rachel, your husband's doing this for your own good, letting you stay in the bathroom to clean yourself up so you don't embarrass yourself. Kelly twisted her graceful waist and sat back on Simon's lap. She looked back at me and mouthed silently. You lose. Outside the door, singing and dancing continued. Inside, I was left alone in misery. I leaned against the wall, sitting on the cold floor, using all my strength to pound on the door. Help! The door closed. isolating my already faint cries for help. Like countless iron nails driving into my body, I recalled the lessons from prenatal classes. The contractions came closer and closer together. I slowly adjusted my breathing, trying to rely on myself to deliver the baby safely. Calm down, Rachel. You can do this. The baby needs you. Tears and sweat mixed together. My throat was hoarse from shouting until I almost lost my voice. The area below my lower abdomen felt like it was being torn apart. The air was thick with a heavy smell of blood. I don't know how much time passed, but the situation was getting worse. It hurts so much, the baby won't come out. Panicked and frightened, I gritted my teeth and felt the blood beneath me with my hand. Trembling, I used my finger to write on the frosted glass door of the bathroom. SOS. To attract attention, I slapped several bloody handprints on the door. Someone who had just come out of the adjacent bathroom was startled and shouted loudly, "Simon, something's wrong. There's blood all over the bathroom door. Rachel might really be giving birth." Hearing someone notice something wrong, hope kindled in my heart. "Baby, hang in there." Drunk Simon laughed mockingly. "What blood? She probably snuck a bottle of red wine in there. The baby's only 7 months. How could it be born this fast? Let her act." The person was a bit scared and continued to persuade. "Simon, why not open the door and take a look? Better safe than sorry." Simon didn't care. Kelly in his arms said sweetly, "Rachel played this game before, insisting Simon fire me. You don't know her. She's just upset Simon didn't celebrate New Year's with her." The person outside stopped insisting. The light in my eyes dimmed little by little. The cramping pain from my belly brought me back. "No, I can't give up. Baby, mommy will save you." I took off my coat and used my finger to write a distress message on it with blood. With all my might, I struggled to climb onto the toilet and pushed open the ventilation window above, trying to throw my coat downstairs. But the severe pain made me unable to straighten up. The clothes got stuck on the window. My lips were bitten through as I finally managed to throw the clothes down. Just then, my foot slipped and I fell backward. Bang! A loud crash. The huge noise caught the attention of those outside. Everything went black before my eyes. I vaguely heard Simon's voice. "Rachel,